Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing the indie brand Fytosurgence and we're using some new Fenty products. So this is the second time that I'm filming this because I couldn't get to open the pods from Fytosurgence. So I had to call my boyfriend over and restart the video because I don't know how to edit. So I'm starting in with a Sika mist because I already washed my face and it's a little irritated. I already filmed a video today that's already up, so my skin has really taken a little bit of a beat today. Adding a serum, as always layer a serum under your moisturizer or under your primer. I'm using the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. This is a very rich cream. I would say it's comparable to the face base from Bobbi Brown. I just find this one to be a little better because it has better ingredients in my opinion, and it's a lot cheaper, but it definitely gives you that very smooth, non-heavy, delicious, mochi-like skin that I love. I'm going in with the East Drop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer from Fenty Beauty. This is definitely not shimmery, you guys, so if you're into glow instead of shimmer, this will be your product. I've tried a lot of them, like different glowy bases, and this I can say it's will be already one of my favorites for sure. So you can see I'm focusing it only on the cheeks. It does really give like a nice glowy sheer veil without adding any coverage at all. For my foundation, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in the shade 4 Warm, which is a little dark for me. So I'm adding a tiny bit of this Jeffree Star concealer, which was way too white for me, but I use this to lighten up my foundations if they're a little dark. And I recommend having a concealer that's dark and a light one just to adjust your foundation shades to the exact color and shade that you want for your complexion. It's a really simple trick to not waste a whole foundation if it doesn't match your shade, or if you're going through winter or summer and your skin changes a little bit, it gets darker or lighter, you can adjust your foundations very easily. Going in with my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Heart Brush. Love is a foundation brush. I think they come out with a different one each year. There's one that's a star. I find this one to be pretty good. I like it. So this Charlotte Tilbury foundation really does give a natural look on the skin. You can barely tell there's any makeup on my skin. I'm being a little rough, you guys, sorry. I wouldn't say it's like the claims that it gives you like 1,000% more dewy skin, 1,000% like all these crazy percentages of like how amazing the foundation is. Yes, it's beautiful, but it will not give you magical skin by any means. Like, it has a beautiful texture. I mean, as in like it really melts into the skin. I do recommend this foundation if you're into non-full coverage foundations for during the day. It feels a little bit like a pigmented BB cream. I'm going in with my favorite, which is the Kosas concealer. I don't like to do the whole triangle thing because I feel like I'm just adding layers of concealer that are not necessary. Why? All right. Maybe conceal a little bit of here. Yeah, this has been the best way for me to do my concealer, just like a little dab here, a little dab there, so you avoid adding so much coverage on this area and your wrinkles will not look deeper if you add a lot of makeup on this area, it will look crinkly and rough throughout the day. So definitely try to avoid adding too much concealer. Go with a more pigmented one if you need, so instead of adding a bunch and building it up under your eyes. All right, complexion is looking good. I have a lot of red areas on my skin today, and that's probably because I've been washing my face too much. Sorry guys, I'm always thirsty. Get rid of the top lip foundation and the bottom one. All right, I'm gonna start with the brows so that I can look at my face as a whole and do my makeup around my eye look. This pencil from She Glam, you guys, it's incredible. It's comparable to the Brow Wiz from Anastasia. It's so affordable. It doesn't have a reddish undertone, so it works perfectly fine for me. It's very thin. That's how I like the pencil to be. Very, very thin, so that I can create natural looking hair strokes. Overall, it's a great pencil, you guys. Would definitely recommend. And after trying this one, I will probably be buying some backups all the time. Okay. So you guys, I've been wanting to try Fytosurgence for a long time because I've heard Kaki Reviews Beauty. Well, that's the name of her channel. I've heard her talk about it many, many times. I've heard Hannah Louise post and talk about it as well many times. She did an in-depth full review of the brand. And I'm just trying a few products. Not that many, because I wanted to see if I liked it first. So brows are looking okay. Yep, looking fine. So let's set them. This is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. It's amazing. If you look at the spoolie, it has an interesting shape, so you can flatten your brows or make them bushy, whatever you like. But this will not make your brows crunchy or shiny or flaky. This just stays on all day, looking beautiful, and it's one of my favorite brow setters, and I've tried many, many brow setters. See, you can just flatten the brows. All right, so this bronzer, you guys, it's called the Toasted Swirl Chocolate Swirler. The packaging is beautiful, but you guys, this is so shimmery, and I'm not really into shimmery. I'm into glowy, but not so shimmery. So I'm not using this as a bronzer because it will look insane if I use this as a bronzer. I'm just gonna add a little bit after my bronzer just to warm up the complexion. So I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and instead of just doing a stripe like this, I'm gonna be patting the contour. I've found this is the way that, oh, I forgot to blend this. I found that patting is the best way to get your contour to look really, really natural. I went a little low, but definitely try working in very thin layers and patting the product into your skin instead of swirling or just stamping it. Like, don't stamp it hard, just barely touch the skin. I find this palette to be quite useful because it has a lighter, cool shade to contour the face, and then it has like a bronzer shade. So I like adding both, but since we're going in with the Fenty Giant Bronzer, I'm not gonna bronze up my face with this palette, just so that we can see what that bronzer really looks like. Always go into the hairline because it's important. And I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit. Whenever you're contouring, try to use a cool shade. Never go in with an orange shade because it will make your nose just look wider and bigger. If that's not what you're looking for, that will probably happen if you use an orange shade and it just doesn't look natural. I like to pat this area that becomes a little red and makes my nose look a little wider. Not sure, but that's fine. Let me see. Let me add a little bit more with a different brush. What a contortion I'm doing with my arms. You guys, I would love it if you comment on my videos, if there are any ideas or questions that you guys have, ideas for new videos, whatever you guys are in the mood for, I will try to accommodate and make videos for all kinds of tastes. You will probably notice with time that I'm more into like the bronzy tanned looks in the eyes and not just wild colors, but I do like experimenting and playing with makeup sometimes. I definitely love shimmer on my eyes, and yeah, I want to say I'm like the most classic, sticking to browns and blacks in the eyes. No, this is definitely too dense for this thing because this bronzer is scary, you guys. I hope it doesn't look crazy orange. Not that bad. So if you're really into shimmer and that bronzy glow, you might like this. As a bronzer enhancer, like I would say, I would contour my face and then add a tiny bit like I just did of this. You don't want to go overboard because you can definitely tell it has some shimmer. Yeah, it does have some, like a lot of shimmer, and so you can see it's a very warm shade, so this definitely does not work for contouring. Like, you will not like it as a contour. I don't think so. All right, so for the Fytosurgence, I have 3 eyeshadows and 2 blushes. So we're gonna start with the blushes. I have the shade Condensate. I heard from Hannah that this blushes are really pigmented, so you have to go in with a light hand. This is quite an interesting shade of blush, and I really like it, you guys. It's this rich, mauvey, beautiful, beautiful tone. I love it. It's like, it has some hints of like purple, lavender. It's beautiful. And then I got this one in the shade Fume. And let's see which one I'll like more. Oh, this one is also like a very nuanced kind of like rosy. It's not your typical rosy shade. they're both beautiful, guys. For the eye look, I think I'm doing, they're all kind of teal, browny, purplish looking, so I think I might go with the second bronzer so that not everything is so cool toned. But I'm really gonna go in with caution. I'm gonna add some to the back of my hand. Oh yeah, this is the right shade. Add some to the back of my hand, really tap it. My hands are always dirty, full of makeup. I just love playing with makeup, guys. Hopefully you do too. And that's why you're here. All right, so this is blending in beautifully. Super soft, not hard to work at all. Let me see in person. Oh, it gives like this beautiful, smooth texture to the skin. Like you can't really tell there's blush, as in like there's no texture. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it just looks so smooth and so natural. I'm gonna add a little bit to my nose and just keep blending until it really fuses in with my skin. I like going in with my blush and my bronzer a little bit on my brow bone, well, on my eye socket, actually. Always add a little bit of blush to the forehead, a little bit here. I like this blush a lot, you guys. So far, I like it a lot. Let me add a tiny bit of concealer to this area because I don't like the pink to go all the way down. Where is my sponge? Oh. So let's tap it in here. Get rid of the redness and tap in the blush to really, really melt it into the skin. So far, I am impressed by these blushes, you guys. I'm sure they're gonna be my favorite, at least one of my favorite blushes. Definitely, I'm loving them. They're as good as I expected them to be. So for the eyes, I'm gonna darken up a little bit my lid. Where is my palette? Here. Okay, I'm gonna darken it up a little bit so that I can go in and just do the shades with just one shade or mix them up, but it's gonna be like a one and done eye look. All right. Yes, always darken up the top lid and a little bit on the bottom to make your eyes look a little wider. Yep. All right, so let's swatch the shadows. This is Deeply Rooted. These ones are not as melty as I expected them to be, but let's see. All right, so this is what it looks like. Oh, it looks very different from the pot, you see? It looks more silver in the pot. It's not as soft as the blush, so you have to dig in your finger a little bit more and a little harder. This is like a mauve, teal, rosy kind of shade. It's gorgeous. That one was Deeply Rooted. Then I'm going in with Chilled Cherry. Let's see. This one looks similar, but darker. All right, this is what this one looks like. They are similar. I would say this one has more silver in it, and it's a little more lilac than this one. This one's a little more rosy. And on to the last one. It is Oxidized Olive, which is, I would say, like, yes, a grayish olive tone. So they all have like a gray base, at least the ones that I picked. A little bit of a gray base. Look at this one, you guys. They're all beautiful, but I think my favorite is this one for the look I usually go for. So I will be using this one. I'm gonna try to go in with my finger and see if I need a brush. This is not easy if you have long nails, but let's go in and just apply it on the mobile lid and see how it blends out. Okay, it's blending out pretty easily and it's not becoming patchy at all. It's definitely a very smooth application. I think the colors are beautiful. This is like super good for when you're just like on the go and you just want to add a pop of color to your lids. Did I do a different color on this lid? I don't know. No, I think is it the same color, you guys? Oh God. Let's blend this in because my fingernails are a little long and are not the best to blend. All right, so for a super quick and easy eye look, I think this worked pretty well. Yeah, you guys, I like the shadow so far. I like the blush a lot. I'm gonna darken up the lid a little bit more so that I can get really more of a smoky eye look. If you go in with a brush, you definitely get more payoff, which is odd because usually going in with a finger, you got more payoff. But in this case, I think going in with a brush might be a better option. All right, yeah, see, it's looking a little more smoky than the other side. Yeah, it's easy to pick it up with a brush. It doesn't become clumpy, or it also doesn't pick up the product that's underneath. It's not uneven. It's a beautiful wash of color, you guys, and you can deepen it more and go as high as you like for a more natural or more nighttime smoky look. I like this color. All right, so now I have the Fytosurgence Divine Daylight Spectral Shine highlighter, but I also have the Fenty one somewhere around here. Where is it? I'm so sorry, guys. Where is my Fenty highlighter that I just got out? Oh, it's on the floor. Here's the Fenty Diamond Bomb, which I've seen crazy good reviews about. It's a super fine 3D sparkle for face and body. So I'm gonna go in with the cream highlighter from Fytosurgence first so that we can look at what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the pen. Let me clean my fingers really well so that I don't get brown on my cheeks. All right. Oh, this is definitely not as soft, so you have to like really warm it up. And I heard Hannah talk about how this product you really had to press a lot harder than you would imagine, like really press in like a lot. I'm not sure about this, guys. There's barely any payoff for really pressing in, so I don't think I'm gonna like this a lot. Let's add it. Okay, once you add it to the cheeks, it does look like a very natural, very natural glow. So I think it looks better on the cheeks than as a swatch. This is definitely good for a daytime natural look, if that's what you're into. Yeah, see the difference? You can tell it's glowy. Oh God. Yeah, that's what happens when you play with your fingers and makeup. Okay, so I like it better once it's worked into the cheek. Is it my favorite highlighter? No, I don't think it will be my favorite, but definitely a good option if you're just like doing the really natural daytime look and you just want that like clean girl aesthetic of like the glossy cheek. Yeah, it's definitely hard to get out of the pan, but it's not a bad option. Now I'm gonna go in with a Diamond Veil, which is in the shade How Many Carats. Whoa! Oh, sorry guys, again. So you're gonna see all the bloopers in my videos. Oh, I just dug my nail into this. You're gonna see all the bloopers in my videos until I learn how to edit. So welcome to my messy life, you guys. Oh my God, this is reflective, super reflective. It's a little monochromatic. Like, I don't think it's only one kind of shimmer. It's beautiful. It's definitely an out there highlighter for sure. It's not like your classic thin highlighter. I would say this has more of a chunky glitter that you can't really, yeah, you can't really see the glitter particles, but it's not a sheer formula, not sheer, but it's definitely beautiful for sure. Yeah, it is beautiful. Okay, adding a lot. Top lip, always. Okay, and now we're going in with the lips. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. I like to overline the top, but not the sides, so that you get more of a pouty look. Go in high and then close it in. And the same thing at the bottom. I find that overlined lips look really good on some people, and if I really overline my lips, I don't like the way that they look. It doesn't look good on me. Not the best look. This is the Revlon Satin Ink in the shade Eyes on You. I really like this shade, and it goes with everything. Adding a little bit of the Lip Maximizer gloss from Dior. It's a classic, it's pretty good. And then I'm just going in for mascara, you guys. Actually, no. I'm gonna line my top lids. I'm gonna do a little bit of a smoky liner, just to add a little bit more punch to the look. Going halfway in, not all the way. in. And then you just go whoop and you elongate it. And whoop. This one's a little low. Okay. Now for eyelashes, I'm using the Patrick Ta Major Volume Mascara. Let me curl my lashes. Oh my god, you guys, I have a mess here, and it's only products that I'm using for this video, but I don't have my own studio, so I just lay everything here in the living room and try to make it work, you guys. But I'm sure with time I'll be able to find a better spot and actually have my own studio to film. But for now, this will do. This is a very, very voluminizing mascara. If you're into thin, very separated lashes, this is not for you. But if you're into the really fluttery lashes, really voluminized lashes that clump up a little bit, you might really like this mascara. It does give a lot of volume. It's a nice sized brush. It's not way too big. It is big, but it's not way too big. All right, you guys, so I guess this is the finished look of Fytosurgence and some new Fenty products. Thank you guys for being here. I love each and every one of you. It means the world to me that you're here. I hope you subscribe, like my content, and I promise you I will get better, you guys, and I'll be bringing you a video almost every day. So just take care, and I'll see you around. Bye.